fraud needs to be sacked today, right? Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes done a terrible job when they were searching for a new manager after Jurgen Klopp stepped down, right? After he announced he's stepping down, right? And they didn't do their homework properly. And they bought this fraud, right? They should sack him today, give him P45. Because it wasn't his brilliance. He just got the basics right last season. And we only won league title, no other trophy, right? And it was the players' brilliance, like Trent, Salah, Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai, Jones, Diaz, right? And even Nunez had a decent season. And, both our centre-halves, Van Dijk and Canate were good, and Alisson. It was their brilliance, all of their brilliance. It wasn't Manchester's great tactics. It was the basic tactics, right? This season we found out, he's got big ego because he won the Premier League. He can pick whatever team. We want us to be challenging, at least. We're the Premier League defending champions. We're not some, lower league team, right? We're worse than the Championship team at the moment, right? So he needs to be sacked ASAP, right? Bring in Steven Gerrard as a temporary coach, right, until the end of the season. I still think we'll finish fourth because it's not, we've been great. The oppositions around us are not good enough. That's why we'll finish in top four. We won't go above Villa, that's for sure. Villa will finish third. And there is a possibility we can win the Champions League. Now, don't get me wrong, people say, I'm not saying we will, but that is a possibility. Remember Istanbul, 2004, 2000? We weren't the greatest side, were we? We just need brilliance, individual brilliance. Look at Salah at the moment at AFCON. He's been playing very well, right? So, he can come back by, possibly winning the AFCON and being on top of his game. If he comes back there and he starts banging goals, right? Who knows? But I do think, Ford has to go by this evening, right? Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes need to take a stand, right? To get rid of the fraud. And what opposition fans are laughing at us is nothing to do with, our owners, right? They spend the money. Those players are brilliant players and he's wasting their talent, right? Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes need to take a hand out of their pocket and hand him P45 and say, bye-bye on your bike. And bring in a temporary manager, Steven Gerrard, now, right? And we could possibly win the Champions League. I'm not saying we will. Look at Chelsea. When they sacked, I think it was Mourinho, right? And Di Matteo, I think, he was the one who won them the Champions League. So, I'm not saying we will, but we're capable of it. So get rid of the fraud. Now, so if you look at overall season, he's not playing the right players, right? He's leaving to the players, somebody will have a luck and, individual brilliance, and they'll score a goal and they'll win games. We've got better teams than Arsenal, right? And, the reason Arsenal win the league is not because they're brilliant, it's because we are really bad and Man City are really bad. Now this Guahi deal, Guahi could end up at Man City because they're more likely to win the league this season. They probably won't either, but they're more likely, right? So why would you want to come to us? We need to get rid of our manager if we are going to salvage the season, right? Get rid of the fraud, because I do think he's not good enough. And bring in Steven Gerrard, and there will be a possibility that we could end up winning the Champions League, right? We need one of the big trophies. And in the group stage of Champions League, we're a bit behind, but we will make the knockout phases, right? So I think we need to wake up, right? Fans need to protest. Fans, right, need to protest outside Anfield and push Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes to get rid of the fraud. He's destroying our club. We're a laughing stock because of him. You know, we're going to Arsenal. If I was him, I would play both wingers. Chiesa, I would start with Chiesa and Rio, right? And I would put Wirtz behind Ekitike, right? That is his best position, right? And I would allow the team to be free. Say, look, go for it, right? Otherwise, Arsenal will wipe the floor with Liverpool. You know, some of these fans thinking, yeah, because Arsenal are the bigger team now, we play better against the bigger teams. Man United beat us at Anfield, don't forget, right? So don't hold any hope, you know, because they're league leaders and we've got nothing to play for, right? And they're now the big fish and we'll do it. No. I fear the worst, right? Because our manager is so egotistic, right, that he's not willing to put the effort on, you know, changing his tactics and giving other players a chance. I don't blame Konate all the time, but, you know, you got to be, as a team, you've got to be playing right. Our midfield is okay, but our attack is rubbish. We've got the best attack in this league, and we're playing poorly. Now, come on. Arne Slot needs to take his hand out of his pocket and be sensible. At least, you know, think, yeah, we're going title race, but at least try and make the team play the best way possible. Because, you know, I'm fed up with this fraud manager. You know, we want to be challenging and winning the league every season. And this guy made us a laughing stock because he's got egos bigger. You know, when Sir Alex Ferguson used to do it, right? He used to win trophies. Then you can do whatever you want. This season is the worst season in our history than any other manager. Even Julio wasn't this bad. Rafa Benitez wasn't this bad, right? We've had, under Klopp, 97, 99 points. We didn't reach 100, yes, but with 99 points, we've reached that far, right? And this guy is terrible. I'm requesting all the fans, please, who live in Liverpool, go and protest outside Anfield today and ask for your season tickets to be refunded and cancelled renewals, please. Or tell Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, get rid of Arne Slot now, because he's terrible.